What if the biggest headlines you see about Muslims are completely fabricated? This is part 3 of a 4-part series exposing the most dangerous lies fueling global Islamophobia.
Yes.
So now that someone questions you on your hypocrisy, oh, do you see the Muslims, how they are? You see how the Muslims... Well, the problem is that's the inconsistency in your own actions, in your own... You can't figure out what's right and what's wrong.
You know, it's just silly by saying we have legislation where they would not have Sharia law. I think that's... But go ahead.
That's what I'm telling you. 1%. What Sharia law are you talking about? Right?
That's
1%.
Yes.
You're less than 1%. So why are you even using this as Sharia law, Sharia law? Now, either if you're saying the Sharia law is spreading, that means people like it.
Yes.
Because it's not like you're going out there with guns and swords and telling people, hey, I accept Sharia law.
Yes.
If you're saying that people want Sharia law, if that's what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what these politicians are saying, right?
Okay, well, why do you feel that's to be dangerous if people themselves are saying that we want Sharia law? Because that's the way you're making it look like. That, Texas will become like Medina or something like that. Right?
Yes.
That's how you're trying to come up with. Well, if that's the case, why don't you ask, who is it that's accepting Islam that want the supposed Sharia in Texas? You see what I'm saying? All of this is nothing but political games to take the people away from realities. Right? It's a blame game. Shift the blame on somebody else, even though you're the ones that have created the real problems.
Yes.
People are hungry. People are trying to figure out how to survive.
Yes.
And instead of addressing those things, you are addressing a mosque being built in an area that was legally bought, legally paid for, and legally accepted from your own books.
Yes. Scapegoat. I get it.
That's what it is.
You know, I want to let you know globally, right now, as we talk, and in the future, there are thousands of people in the UK and England that are protesting that they in the streets that they want Muslims and immigrants moved out of their society, and they going against the woman Muslima, a ban on wearing the burqa and wearing in the niqab. Can you elaborate on what is going on? I'm talking about in the UK and England and France.
Bricks hurtled towards a mosque, a hotel housing asylum seekers set alight, Muslim-owned shops ransacked, and Muslim graves vandalized are part of the Islamophobic violence that has gripped the UK in recent months. It's having an effect. More than 70% of Muslims say Islamophobia has increased, with 60% feeling at risk of harm. 4 in 10 say they feel their mosque could also be at risk. And 1 in 3 say they've had enough and want to leave the UK.
It's hypocrisy that's going on, right? Because, again, freedom of expression, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of, all of these freedoms that they talk about.
Yes.
That's exactly what people are doing. People are saying, I have the right to put on niqab or hijab.
Niqab, people that don't know, that's to cover up a woman's face, right. But it is not obligatory.
Well, depends on the school of thought.
Okay,
it's not just
yes.
Some schools they say no, it's obligatory. Anyway, now the thing here is, it's the law that allows people to it's freedom of expression, freedom of religion. Believe what you want, practice, as long as you don't intervene in the law. Right? You don't come. There are certain regulations, and people are following that. Then to come and say, we don't want to see women with hijab or with niqab. So look, what's happening, akhi, is that in reality, the people are questioning the lawmakers again.
Yes.
And the reality of all these freedoms that they made the people believe in. You see, the thing is, I can say, you have freedom to sit on this chair,
Alhamdulillah.
the way you want. That's because I'm giving you that chair.
Yes.
And I'm allowing you to sit on that chair. And I can put it any way I want and say, I'm giving you freedom. You have the freedom.
Mm-hmm.
But then the moment you bring another chair, you say, oh, you can't do that.
Alhamdulillah.
What is that supposed to mean? If you're saying freedom to sit on this chair means I have a right to make a chair and sit on that chair. That's what it means.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But the moment I say, no, I mean this chair,
mm-hmm.
that's not freedom.
No.
Okay. So now the hypocrisy of their words and their actions is being exposed.
Yes.
They didn't think, oh, if we give people freedom to choose, they will choose Islam.
Yes, UK.
That's what's happening. So
mm-hmm.
people are choosing Islam. Mm-hmm. People are choosing to wear hijab. People are choosing to wear niqab. People are choosing to give da'wah and call people to Islam, and so many are accepting Islam.
Mm-hmm.
But now that's the problem. You see, now let's question freedom of expression.
Yes.
Let's question freedom of speech. So in reality, none of these freedoms existed.
Wow.
They only existed as long as you were willing to follow the law.
Yes.
In the name of freedom of you see, when you have law and then you say freedom of expression, it makes no sense.
Yes.
Because either you follow the law or you follow freedom of expression. What does that mean? Oh, the freedom of expression has to be exemplified through the law.
Yes.
Oh, okay, that means I'm following the law. There's no freedom.
Mm-hmm.
So you sold these things to people.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, there were no freedoms.
Yes.
It was all packaged together in a way to fool you.
Yes.
Now, the moment the people started realizing these things, now they're saying, oh man, now Islam is growing. Look, this happened to the Prophet ﷺ. You see, the thing is, when the Meccans came to make a deal with the Prophet ﷺ, with this Treaty of Hudaybiyah. The Treaty of Hudaybiyah, when it happened, Meccans, when they came and they made this deal, their idea when they made this deal with the Prophet was that we'll be able to limit the Prophet. Somehow,
yes.
Let's put him in a situation where he agrees and we agree, and then we have put limitations on his movement, we have put limitations on his spreading the da'wah, Islam. So let's figure this out. So when they put the treaty and they try to maneuver and put some type of limitations around him, then they realized that those limitations that they put on him were actually in favor of the Prophet.
Yes.
But they realized it a year later. And the moment they realized that, they said, oh, we can't do that.
Yes.
And then you see, they're the ones who broke the treaty.
Yes.
It was not the Prophet.
Yes.
This is exactly what we see here today.
Mm-hmm.
They are trying to stop the development, the growth of Islam, for it to reach the minds of human beings, and they're not able to contain it.
And they're using the news media
Ideas
and books.
cannot be contained.
Yes.
And human beings today are looking for fresh ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Human beings today are looking for guidance and direction, because whatever they have been sold for the last 50 years,
yes,
or even last 100 years, in the name of communism, in the name of capitalism, in the name of democracy, in the name of socialism,
feminism, and yeah.
What did they get out of that? What did they get out of that? You got nothing but immaturity,
yes,
right? Poverty, oppression, tyrants running the country, criminals running around, streets are not safe, schools are not safe, shooting every 2 months in schools, mental illness, sociopaths running the countries. I mean, what's going on? So there must be something wrong. So now when Islam and the Muslims stand up to address these things, you say, oh, what's happening here? Why is this man allowed to speak like that and this and that? Well, it's not that he's allowed to speak like that. It's the ideas that he's talking about people are realizing is true.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. When we talk about the hypocrisy, communist China, they are blatantly and openly sending people to jail for their Islamic beliefs and exhibiting, like be praying in the streets or something like that. And
just like you.
What can you elaborate on it? Because there's somebody out there that doesn't even know this is going on in China.
An Uyghur woman in occupied eastern Turkestan has been sentenced to 17 years in prison for teaching Quranic verses to her sons and a neighbor. 49-year-old Selihan Rozi has been accused of conducting illegal underground religious activities, according to local officials. Her sons also received sentences of 7 and 10 years for receiving religious education. Her neighbor, Yaqub Hidayat, was sentenced to 9 years. Chinese authorities have intensified penalties against Uyghurs for practicing Islam, targeting activities such as Quran teaching, praying, and visiting mosques. Critics say these measures, justified under the guise of countering extremism, suppress basic religious freedoms. Leaked files and testimonies reveal widespread detentions of Uyghurs in so-called re-education camps since 2017. More than 1.8 million Uyghurs reportedly are affected.
It's going on in China and it's going on throughout the world.
Is it? Okay.
I mean, this is the problem, is that not having political awareness, and not having the education. Look, Sheikh, the thing, especially in this country, and it's happening also maybe in China, I'm not, where, because I've studied China and I've studied the United States. I'm a political scientist. This is my background.
Alhamdulillah.
Right? So I have a master's in political science also. And so when you look at China, where you have the Uyghurs who are being put in jail, you have East Turkestan, Arabia.
Yeah.
This is not just China. Right? You have many, many, many political prisoners in the United States. Right? Whether they were ex-Panthers, they are still in jail. There are many African Americans who are in jail for their political beliefs.
Alhamdulillah.
Right? And the thing is, in United States is good at, this idea that, we don't have any political prisoners in our country.
Yes.
But the way they do this is that they will put a person in a situation and make him into a criminal. For instance, you have, how many times we know in the past, let's say, of Black Panthers, where the authorities themselves planted drugs in their cars and they arrested them saying that they have drugs. Yes or no?
Yes.
This has happened. So what they'll say is that this person is a criminal rather than a political prisoner, even though in reality the way they're arresting him for his political beliefs. But they had to figure out another way to say, you see, we didn't arrest him because of political beliefs. We arrested him because he committed a crime.
Yes.
Right? China plays it differently. It's the same thing. It's the same game. Same game. Nothing has changed. You do that. They do that in UK for expressing themselves about their hatred for the Zionists. If you say such and such, you go to jail. Right? You have many movements. I forgot the name. I think Free Palestine. Like you can't say from here to here. There are many expressions that they've made illegal.
Yes.
In Britain and even here. Right?
Yeah.
So the thing is that we have to realize that the world is running under one roof, which is capitalism.
Yes.
Right? And all of them, I mean, let's talk about Epstein's files, for instance.
Yes.
When you look at, you're saying those people are being put in jails for praying. Here you have criminals running around who've raped children and not one arrest.
Yes.
Right? But then you have people being arrested for just speaking up on Palestine. People's jobs have been taken away. Yeah. Professors have lost their positions.
Yes.
Right? So many people today, I mean, so many people probably will be even scared to speak the way I'm speaking.
Yeah.
Right? And maybe even you were surprised the way I'm speaking.
No,
but you know me. But you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Is that you have to, whether it's communist China, China is no longer communist. Those days are gone. It's a capitalist country. Yes, it has a one-party system, which many countries in the world looking into this thing. Now, India is actually looking into Chinese system to say maybe India also needs one party system under capitalism. Yeah. Look what's the trends in the United States. Why do you only have two parties? Why only two parties?
I mean,
right?
both of them are controlled anyway.
That's what we're saying. So that's the issue here. It's all subjective. Yes, the oppression that we see in China against the Muslims there is the same type of oppression that we see here, and it's just happening in different ways.
When we look at the news,
How many times I've been questioned for my views, man?
probably many.
Of course.
Many.
I'm still sitting here speaking.
Alhamdulillah. You know, when you talk about that, the news media has made a relentless attack against Islam from Facebook. I better not say that. From Facebook, YouTube, and all this. I even looked at a cartoon once called The Simpsons. I don't know if you ever heard of it. And they said, beware of the bearded ones. Beware of the bearded ones. And I was like, wow. What you're saying, this attack is not warranted by social media and television and magazines.
Well, social media, look, manufacturing consent is it's a known, known policy. Right? Noam Chomsky, for instance, he wrote a whole book on manufacturing consent and how to control the public opinion of the masses.
Yes.
And not only, control public opinion, but even how to even create an opinion and build create an issue and build a public opinion around it, which most people won't even recognize that they're being manipulated. Right? And in this country, when you look at even how media is played, to the point that who owns the media?
Okay.
Who owns the media? And not only that, the laws around media, that the moment somebody comes and questions certain things, there's a knock on his door.
Yeah.
Okay. That opinion, which may be correct, but is controlled by the law. So you never get to hear the real issues or even real problems around a problem that you want to, let's say, discuss in society.
Yes.
So in reality you're never getting to hear real issues that people are going through. When people look at, look, I'll give you an example. When people come to the United States, let's say tourism. Tourists are coming to the United States. They come to the United States. They usually come to downtown Chicago maybe, and then might go to Divan or something like this to eat, cultural food or whatever it is. How many people are going to the inner city?
Going to where?
To the inner city. What tourism is happening in inner city?
Oh, in the inner city? Not
why is that? Right?
Because it's been signified with danger and...
That's one thing. The only thing that they want to show, they don't want to show the poverty. They don't want to show the social ill. They don't want to show the situations that people have been forced to go through. Right? Neighborhoods created under certain regulations, certain rules, where they don't have resources. They're on purpose made in a way that they don't even get to even see what resources are available.
Yes.
Right? So much can be done.
Yes.
But they come, they look at downtown, they look at these tall buildings, and they think, oh, this is America. Oh, wow, that's it. And they go back home. So when you ask that person, what do you think about it? They'll say, oh, wow.
Wow, great.
But that's not the way you judge things.
No.
Right? This is how media plays the game. This is exactly how media plays the game.
Yes.
When you build an image and you constantly show only those images or image, that's what masses are looking at constantly and thinking this image is the reality. So we, as thinking people, have to be very, cautious of that. Unfortunately, majority of the people are not, they don't think about these things the way we are thinking about it.
Alhamdulillah.
We are saying that, look, you have to be careful what it is that you accept, especially in an age where anything can be made to look as this is true.
You know what, as I can get ready to conclude, and you're probably tired of all these questions, but you got a listening audience out there that just they don't understand, and you've given them clarification about what Islam encompasses. My question is to you, no matter, in your opinion, no matter what the enemy does of Islam, whether they spread pamphlets, whether they use the media or television or magazines to try to demonize Islam, will they be successful? And why is Islam the fastest growing religion in the world?
You answered it yourself.
Yes.
You said Islam is the fastest growing religion in the world. Why is that? Because it talks to the mind of a human being. Right? It's talking to human nature. It's talking to you as a rational human being who thinks about things.
The media won't be able to extinguish that truth.
Look, Islam is growing also in prisons. I'll give you goodness.
Alhamdulillah.
Jazakallah khair.
Assalamu alaikum to the listening audience. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Oh!
This is part 2 of
you.